So for those of y'all following the situation around Danny Masterson, he was sentenced to a significant amount of time at Corcoran in California, which is a maximum security facility, known to house some of the most dangerous people in the state of California. But Jumpsuit Pablo just made a video, and based off what he said, it really raises a big question here. We have a huge problem in our judicial system. And the problem may not be exactly what you think. And if an open conversation is something you prefer, then this is the place for you. Welcome to The Point, so let's talk about it.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Now I'm going to link Jumpsuit Pablo's video down in the description below, but he does offer some insight on what life is like behind bars. Now this isn't something he glorifies and praises and is proud of, but he does offer an insight that a lot of people don't have. Now Jumpsuit had reported that there was a hit put out on Danny Masterson by the Gay Boy Gangsters, which is apparently a prison gang within the state of California. And he had also said that Danny was in a particular area of the prison that people generally go when they are believed to want to unalive themselves. And he says that those people are generally held about 10 days. Well, Danny's been released back to his cell block and apparently been refusing to go out, been refusing to eat, been refusing to do everything. So 2 prison guards escort him to the chow hall. Now on the way to the chow hall, another prison gang called the BBC, which means the Brothers by Choice, attacked Danny right in front of the prison guards. And also apparently the attack lasts about as long as it takes for the guards to get on the radio to get back up to help control the area. Now here's where I'm having the problem. According to Jumpsuit Pablo, Danny has now been moved to the California Men's Colony. And to be more specific, Danny has now been moved from a maximum security facility to a minimum or medium level security. Now, of course, no yards are safe anywhere you go, and that's not really what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is why is he getting preferential treatment. And to be honest with you, simply because he's a celebrity, he is getting preferential treatment. Well, that ain't how it works, man. Not in my own opinion. The fact remains he was found guilty in a court of law, and a jury, based off the evidence available, deemed he was guilty. But now because there were a couple groups in prison who wanted to get on him, they're moving him from where he was determined to go by a judge to an area where you would generally have a little bit less violence. And that is absolutely 100% because here's what happened. He did what he did to 2 women. It was proven in a court of law. And a judge has said you deserve to go to the place where the most violent and vile people go. And I do personally believe when you're a male and you do something like that to a female, you deserve the absolute worst of the worst. Regardless if he's famous or not, he deserves to be where he is at. I understand he's got an appeal going on, but so does everybody else who has just recently been charged for a crime. That doesn't change the fact that you got to pay what you owe, man. But he's not going to pay it. He's getting out of this. He's moving to a lighter area. He's moving to a lighter facility. And this is absolutely the hypocrisy within our judicial system. The fact that he has money buys him privilege that nobody else seems to get. But the judicial system's supposed to be unbiased. The judicial system's supposed to be fair. The judicial system isn't supposed to care about the amount of money you have. And that money should not buy you privilege. But here it is, a prime example. This guy's getting a pass when nobody else would. Y'all can't honestly think that this is the first person who was charged with that type of crime against a woman and gotten a beatdown like he did. I'm sure it's happened thousands of times within state prisons all across America. And I need somebody to explain to me how this is okay. Because he isn't the first inmate to have his life threatened. He's not the first inmate to have a hit put out on him. And he's certainly not going to be the last. But he gets what he gets because he's famous and we're all supposed to sit here and say that's okay. I'm telling you that's absolute. It is completely ridiculous. And it really should be viewed as a slap in the face to those victims. All because a couple guys beat him up in front of a few prison guards. Now he gets to go off and be at an area where he's supposed to be safer. I mean, really, Danny, what about the safety of those women you attacked? Where's their voice in this whole situation? I'm all about fairness, I'm all about transparency, and I'm all about justice. But what's happening right here, right now, is Danny got a very small taste of the justice he deserves, and he's allowed to tuck his tail and run, simply because of who he is. As I said, I'm going to link Jumpsuit's video down in the description below, but when I caught wind of this, it absolutely set my blood on fire. This is a hypocrisy. How can this not be viewed as anything other than a big hypocrisy within our judicial system? Now, if you see any of these things differently, you can let me know down in the comments below. Other than that, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here. Y'all stay safe. I'll catch you in the next one.